So, what are the steps to selling your home in Central Virginia? Well, I'm going to give you the answer right now today. Welcome back. I am Holly, the homebody in Central Virginia, specifically located in Caroline County. And yeah, let's talk about what the steps are to sell your home. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this is because I work with a lot of first time home sellers in this area. That niche found me. I didn't find that niche. And the reason why is because, first of all, I love it. I love to work with first time home sellers. I had a call a couple years ago that said, "Hey, Holly, does anyone do this? Hey, Holly, we need to sell our house, but we have no idea what to do because we've never sold a house." Naturally, I want to help them because at this time, I had only sold one house and it hadn't been that long. So I knew exactly what to do. Plus the fact it's something that I do all the time, being a real estate agent in Central Virginia. So we set up a time, I go over, we take a look at the house. So that is basically the first step. You want to make sure that when you're calling your real estate agent, you set up a time for an in-person visit. So some people find their real estate agents through social media, through Google, through YouTube videos, through word of mouth from friends and family, what we call our sphere of influence. Now, this specific person had found me because I have a high presence on social media, focus a lot on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, but mostly Facebook. And I share my content. I have a lot of valuable content that I give to my potential clients. So this seller reached out to me and said, "We don't know what to do." So we set up a time for me to go over to their house. I had kind of like a little checklist with me. I also had some great valuable information to help them get ready for the next steps. And those next steps are not terrible, but it's still very important steps to get to where we need to be, which is the finish line, the closing table, so that you can get on with your life. So I set up a time to go talk with these clients. Super easy. Their house was beautiful. They did not have a lot to do, actually. And it was also a newer house, which was super helpful as well. So we go over there. I take a tour of the house. Her decorating skills are mwah. And we go through the whole house. Everything is nice and clean. She's also a mom of two boys. So, if you're a boy mom, I'm a girl mom, but if you are a boy mom, I'm sure that there's some like questionable things that could go on with, the toys and everything else. So anyway, despite being a boy mom, her house was impeccably clean. And like I said, it was new. So I give them certain checklists, and these checklists are to help take that stress away. That is what your real estate agent should be doing, helping you take that stress away as much as she can. Because moving, selling a house, buying a house, all of it can be very stressful and emotionally daunting. So you want to make sure that when you are selling your house, you have these checklists to help keep you straight and to take that overwhelm feeling away. And that's exactly what I provide to my clients. So they get a checklist. We're going to declutter things. Maybe we're going to throw in some staging. We're going to get everything picture perfect and set our best foot forward. So I'm teaching them and showing them what exactly they need to be doing to get this ready. And so there's lots of little tips and tricks and things like that. And then of course, I always have a little bit extra up my sleeve because we want to make sure that we stand out from all the other homes that are on the market, because this market is kind of normal now. We are going through all of these checklists. I definitely want to give you all of those tips and tricks, because I want to make sure that your house looks good for everybody else. And like I was saying, this is kind of a normal market now, not kind of. A lot of people refer to the 2020, 2021, even 2022, and they refer to that as what we call the COVID market. Those were when the interest rates were super low at 3% and all of that kind of stuff. And it was just a crazy time. I felt so bad for first time home buyers. Sellers were banking. They were definitely cashing in that equity and then some. So that is not the market that we're in right now. So it is even more crucial to make sure you're putting your best foot forward, because people are not just going to go buy the first house that they see anymore, because there's not that sense of urgency. There's a little steadiness going on. Is there a lot of inventory out there? Not really. But we're starting to see it incline a little bit. So that's always a good thing. Now, when it comes to, putting your best foot forward and we're going on the market, we're going to take photography, drone footage, video, HD videos. We're going to do everything we can. So we're going to, like I said, all the photography, drone footage, videos, the whole 9 yards. Your real estate agent needs to be marketing. Us real estate agents did not know that we were signing up to be marketers. A friend of mine says that she's a marketer who just happens to sell houses, because that is the truth. We have so many tools available to us. And if your agent is not stepping up to those modern day type of tools that we have, all these resources, you probably want to find another agent. If your house, I don't care if your house is $150,000 or if it's $1 million house, everybody is going to be treated the same. Everybody is getting professional photography. Everybody is getting that drone footage, the video coverage that it deserves. We go from there. We go to the market. We reverse prospect, and reverse prospecting is one of those things where I have agents all over the state. So if there's somebody that wants to move from Northern Virginia down to Caroline County because it's quiet and it's a simpler life and it's also more affordable than in Northern Virginia, I have agents up there who have clients looking for homes down here. So they immediately get an email from me saying, hey, check out my newest listing because I think your client will like it. So that's pretty much it. We meet. How are we going to meet? Did you find me on social media? Did you find me on YouTube? Did you Google me? However it is, I'm going to ask you, hey, how did you find me? Because I want to know, especially if it was another human being that referred you to me, I want to be able to thank that person, of course. So once we meet in person, and we go over all of the easy, simple tasks to do. And, we might have to do a little bit of some packing, decluttering, different things like that. But we're going to go over all of that. And I give you these tools so that you do not have to worry about it. And it's going to be smooth sailing from there. Once we go on the market, we don't know what's going to happen, but I am going to do everything in my power. I already do everything in my power to make sure that your house gets the media coverage that it deserves. And that is going to help sell your house. How quickly will determine on obviously what the market is doing at that time. But no matter what, we are going to stand out over all of the other homes in the area. And you're going to be happy that you had somebody like me by your side that was taking that stress away, that was giving you those reminders, that was giving you the checklist so that you can keep a sane mind and still live a life in your house. So sometimes, I'm just going to put this out here, if you've lived in your house for a long time, you've probably acquired some things in your house, maybe some antiques and some, memorabilia type of stuff from when, your kids were younger or things like that. So if you are an empty nester, or maybe you're a widow and you are ready to just kind of downsize, if you are downsizing, then your steps may include a couple of extra little things. It may include, let's have a yard sale. Let's have an estate sale. Let's do something to help you downsize. And that is one of the things that I'm going to help you with. And, we get in contact with the correct people to make sure that everything goes well. So it's not always easy. It's not a quick process. It can be a quick process depending on how quickly you can move and how much you need to do to get your house ready. And nobody will ever know that except for you and the real estate agent that you choose to come in and tour your house, because that real estate agent has these eyes that are like the mom with the eyes behind their head. I'm the real estate agent that has these like x-ray eyes that I feel like I'm going to see something that a potential buyer might think is a red flag. And that's something that I am going to share with you. So it's really good to make sure that you have a real estate agent with that kind of expertise so that they can help you and we can get things fixed right away. One of the things that is super important when you are hiring an agent is the contract process. There's more than one contract involved when selling your house. Sellers have an extra contract because you have that contract with your brokerage. Now, with whichever brokerage that you choose, right? So you're going to have that contract and it's going to go over all of the duties that the broker will be providing to you. And it's also going to have the duties and expectations of you as a seller to us as the broker. So that kind of paperwork is super important. They are legal binding contracts. If you want to sell for sale by owner, by all means, have at it. It is not an easy task, but I'm not going to be here to, that's for a whole nother video, but you have contracts. And if you don't know how to read a contract and you're a little confused on a contract, sometimes contracts can be super easy and simple to read. And sometimes they're like, whoa, what is this? And I used to joke saying that becoming a real estate agent was like going to mini law school because there's so much legality involved with your contracts. So you want to make sure that everything is explained to you properly, and that you read it, of course, because you want to know what you're getting yourself into. You want to know what you're going to be paying your real estate agent for. And you want to make sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck. So there you have it, the short and sweet version of what it's like to sell a house for the very first time. That way you know that you're going to get some checklists. You're going to have a contract to sign. You're going to want to put your best foot forward. First impressions are everything. And so that's why it's important to make sure that you have a real estate agent that's going to be by your side and take all that stress away. If you are interested in learning more about what it's like to sell a house in 2024 into 2025, maybe 2026. If you know like, hey, I'm going to retire in 2026, what kinds of things do I need to do to start preparing for that retirement and selling my home? That is a huge thing. It is never too early to start preparing. If you know you are going to be moving in 6 months or you're going to be building a new house in 1 year, get with your real estate agent. They will help you figure out that timeline. It is never too early to talk to your real estate agent. So make sure you're doing that. If you're a first-time home seller and you are interested in learning more on living in Caroline County, Virginia, living in Central Virginia, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. And I hope you found this information pretty valuable to you. And like I said, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. If you want to learn more, you can also just subscribe to my channel because I like to share these little tidbits all the time. And I hope that it's helpful. See you on the next video.